Hey everyone, I think I got my setup, my streaming setup going now. Let me do some real quick tests just to see. Yeah, everything looks well. I thought everything looked good, but my titles are messed up. Give me 1 second, let me make sure everything actually is streaming like it should be. Weird. Okay. Goofy stuff on Stream Elements, but I think I'm figuring it out. It's broadcasting to Twitch, even though I've got that disabled, which that's different. Like, all right, well, whatever. And then I want to see, YouTube's not showing me what I'm broadcasting. Is it only in vertical format or is it in both? Let us see. I am struggling. Well, let's just go to the channel. There we go. I don't know why they both say short on that. They should. Okay. One's not, but let me change the title on this one real quick. If I can. I don't know if it'll let me. Because it named them the same, which it should not have. I can't tell which one I need to update. Checking my OBS settings real quick. Okay. Ooh, let's see if this will let me update. Oh man, it refuses to keep my... All right, let's see if that updated. Ooh, it did. Okay, we're good there. Let me check Twitch real quick, and if that is good, then we are good to go. And then I'll just assume from there that it's working. All right, cool. I think we're good. Let me close this out because that's disturbing. Okay, let's see. What do we got? What do we got? I got a few things on the agenda today. Let me go back into Unity. Okay, number one, I want to... What do I want to do? Oh, I know what's happening. Okay, let me show you guys real quick. I'm gonna go punch myself in the face. I don't think I don't think I need a controller. I'm like, man, there's no controller here. But I can do it without a controller. So we'll figure this out. So what I want to show is that when you're performing tricks, you can perform them and it still gives you credit even though you haven't landed yet. See, like the boost meter is just ramping up, even though technically he shouldn't be completing them. Actually, he is completing them. Let's change something real quick to make this a little bit more obvious what the problem is. I believe it's under config. Where's my config? There it is, player config. Check prefabs. By the way, I hope you guys are getting ready to have a good 4th of July and messing with my stream settings. So I think I finally got it figured out. I still got some cleanup to do, but I think I'm in a good spot. I need to figure out how to do some like chat things. How do I like clear my chat? I want to just type in clear, but I don't think that'll do it. All right, back to this. Let's update the jump settings. Let's change the jump settings to 2. So clearly can't jump that high. And then let's try this again. It's not even doing it now. There we go. You can kind of see how he's just like jumping up, getting boosts, but not really performing the tricks. And over here on my debug, I see there's points awarded, but it's not completing the trick. All right, now that I got that, let's go into code and see what we got. Animation is not completing. Let me minimize this so you guys can actually see. There we go. The animation is not completing. The player is receiving credit merely because the player trick state is updated to represent the current trick. So, don't want to get rid of this. I think this is still needed. Maybe. It's actually only telling me if the state. This is in the update. Let's see how I can change this up. Okay, if we go over here, there's an event that happens when a trick is completed. Right here. Count tricks in air. Okay. Count tricks in air. Oh no, that's count tricks. So this is what happens when you land. You get these counted based on I believe it's this up here. M tricks performed. Trick score. Tricks performed. Let's see down here. This is what the event does. It sends this in. Oh, okay. This might actually be easier than I think. So essentially this is just building the name and then it calls it done. But let's say we instead take this update out. What is that checking? See if they're in the air. Okay. I'm just gonna leave that in place. I don't want to get rid of it, but I'm going to just comment it out. Make sure I commented out the right thing. Yep, the whole case statement. What's this down here? This is a case statement as well. That's count tricks. This is count tricks in the air. Trick data. This is going to be to avoid scrolling up and down, I'm going to borrow Notepad. It has a scratch. See, you guys can't see this off screen, but I am pasting this into Notepad with the idea that I'm going to be putting these, well, I'll show you. I'm going to be putting these into the function below, where essentially this function, I apologize, I don't know, I'm like scrolling fast. This right here, count tricks in air. This is what's called after a trick is completed. And so once that's completed, we want to count the trick, but we don't want to count it just because he goes into the trick. He being the player. Could be a she. This should be pretty easy. Case mute. I think I just realized an error that I've got, but maybe not. We'll see. Trick combo is greater than 0. Oh, yeah, I don't care about that. Okay, I'm just double checking my thought process, but I think I'm good. I think I can just simply add these case statements that were happening before into this one, and we should be good to go. And that way it'll only count the tricks once they've been completed. Right? Maybe faster if I just type these in. Yep, I think it will be. Let me copy this one. Yep, this will definitely be faster. That one, rocket air. to check these player state values. Like, what do those represent? Because I know I'm sending close to 30 different values, but that may be overkill. And I'm sending that many because you got to count for, are they riding regular? Are they riding switch? However, the trick is the same. So I may be splitting it in half to 15 rather than all 30. Okay, that looks good. Let me check over here, make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay. I think I might have an issue where if you perform a mute right after a mute, it may not count it. That may be a good thing, may be a bad thing, because honestly, if you're doing the same trick over and over, I don't know if I want to count that. You get credit for one and one only. That's the rules. I don't know if this is needed. I'm just going to add it just in case. Honestly, don't think it's needed. That's yeah. I'm gonna comment that out. I don't like that. Okay. Player score, trick air. Not missing anything. I don't think so. This tells us we completed a trick. And over here on our score, when we land, it'll count the tricks. And okay, the one thing I want to check, let's go see about this definition. Yeah, see, it's only 15. So I need to change something. Oh man, I need to change a lot of something, unfortunately. Unity's recompiling. It'll show you as soon as it's done. There we go. Okay, what do I have to change, you ask? I have to go change the end of these animations. At the end, it'll say pull these up for you. There we go. At the end, it sends this value. So 43 is not a valid value. Definition again. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Am I doing a translation somewhere? Don't think so. Like, this doesn't make sense how like this would ever work. So give me a minute to think through this. It's based on the trick state. Okay, so that's gonna be something different. And this is based on, wait, are they the same? Their trick state. I see. And let's go take a look at player control. Okay. I think I know how to figure this out. Let's take a look at these legacy animations and let's see what it says. Okay, that says 28. Let's go see what it says for regular. If it says the same thing, which it does, then I know, okay, I need to change these to that value. It does, okay. Not the end of the world. Don't know where that translation is taking place, but it's clearly taking place somewhere. That said, let's update these. That's 28. I think this should be 20. Okay. Got my reference out here. Give me 1 second. Wait, it'll be quicker. Okay, 20. Got the Krell. That one's gonna be 21. Front side rodeo. I think this is 26. Yep. I'll memorize these eventually. Indy 19. What is this? Japan. 25. Seven, I think. Nope. 17. I'm glad I checked. The 30. What is this? This is a mute 16. I think this is 18. Yes, okay. That was roast beef. Rocket Air. Could put these in alphabetical order. That'd have been easier. 22. $23. What was that? Oh, Stealthfish. Okay, so Stiffy. $24. Tail grab is gonna be non-existent. 27. All right, now I think I can just check these real quick. And if all these are low numbers, we should be good to go. See here, I think we are good. Everything I'm seeing so far. Low numbers. Yeah, I think we're in a good spot. Let's test it. Okay, let's take a look. I noticed it only counted it once I landed. Only counts when landing. There's stay ground. Okay. Completed trick. Method. Okay. That was a lot of boost for one trick. Yeah, so far, I'm liking what I'm seeing. Oh, but let's see if it's giving us the message down below. No. All right, I want to see when I do correctly perform a trick, does it give me the credit down below? I mean, it's clearly giving me the boost. I don't even think I pushed anything. Do I have a stuck key or something? Like all I'm hitting is jump and it's crashing. Okay, it's not. Something else is going on. Because I'm not pushing anything. And yet I'm still crashing. Yep. It's like something's not getting reset, maybe. Back over here, let's see. right, let's comment that out. Let's see what that tells us. That should run only when a trick is completed. And then the event should tell us right here when the trick is completed. Well, it should be kind of like a one-to-one. Let's double check and make sure that that is at least working. Right, at least I'm not crashing anymore. All right, let's see. We've got counting trick as method. Should tell us that a trick combo was completed, and it only counted one. Only counts one. And that's a lot of boosts for one trick. I gotta update that. Hey, hey, hey. Yeah, let's see what it says. We did a method. Completed trick and air state. Method. Completed combo method. Okay, that all looks good. Okay, none of that looks bad to me. That all seems to make sense. I have no idea what the whoa was. May have two buttons assigned to one thing. There we go. Let's just make sure everything continues to work like we suspect. They ruined it. Try this again. Hey, that was okay. I'm not convinced it's fixed yet, though. Try another test run. This time, try not to perform tricks. See if it'll just crash. Pull out the animator for myself so I can see what's going on. Pause this real quick. I want to take a look at this animator and see what it's doing whenever I just simply jump. Yeah, see, it won't even register it. It's like, nope. Which is not bad, I guess. There we go. See, that is what I don't want. Honestly, it should have crashed. All right, hop off. Yeah, jeez, man. These guys are killing me. I'm gonna try and get 2 tricks in, see what it does. I need a larger jump. All right, here we go. Let's try to get this one. Well, I guess technically it did work. We got a mute and a method. Got a mute. I think I need to get my controller. How many did I count just there? Completed trick. We got a method, a mute. Okay, that's got it. So only counts when landing, and then yeah. So we got 2 tricks in. Method to a mute. Yeah, okay. That all looks good. I like that. I think the one thing that I need to change now is you kind of like screw something up with the animation where it won't crash, but it doesn't change out the animation either. So it kind of like puts you in this weird state. I'll see if I can duplicate it. Also give me more time to think about, okay, how do I fix this? I mean, my naive thought process is, sorry, I need to change something real quick. My naive thought process is like the animation changes to a value like 15 and greater. And so if you hit the ground, it's going to be at a value lower than 15. So it's almost like if you're not on the ground and it tries to change that animation to the ground, I don't know, that's a mess. I got to think about that one. Because essentially what I'm trying to say is if the trick hasn't completed, but yet your animation value is greater than 15, then you're clearly crashing. Let me write that in Notepad so I can think what that means. Like, breaking my brain over here. Okay, real quick. Highlight this too. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. So if animation pose, yeah, essentially if it's greater than greater than 15, and trick is not completed, I think I can say, let me check. Let me go into code real quick. Minimize this. So the question is like, when the trick is completed, when does the state change? Like, when do we go to no trick? There we go. Set trick state. Basically gonna be set trick state, and we'll say it's player just no, huh? Okay, well, it's worth a shot. Let's try it this way. No references. So no trick is being set in a lot of different places. Player input handler. Okay, that is not used. Okay, good, because I was like, that makes no sense. So that one's not being used. One. Reset to air. Was no trick. This is based on the input. Their input. Okay. Shoot. It's placed on, it's on the input, not the animation. That's kind of what I needed it. Basically want to say if the animation is not completed, then crash. Trick state is going to be on the input. Need to think about this. Basically, if the pose is You know what? What I need is some bookkeeping variables. That's what I need. Because I need to say, if I'm performing a trick, change to like a Boolean that says performing trick. And then when the trick completes, you're not performing the trick. So basically need, the only downside is if you do anything else, let's say you don't perform a trick, you get crashed, then that crash needs to reset a Boolean as well. I think a plan is coming to my mind. Let me work through it. Okay, last animation pose. Okay, the model handler, gonna set the animation pose. This is all based off the trick state. So I'm wondering if I can just use something. I wonder if I can use some crazy logic. Let me think through this. Because the trick state is going to kick it off. And that's based on the input. But it doesn't have like a duration tied to it. It just basically says, hey, you're going into a trick state, be gone, do what you gotta do. But what I'm looking for is, okay, we go into the trick state, but then I need to know if the animation completes prior to landing. So let's see. Animation pose. It's almost like I need to Animation pose. Yeah, where is this at? Okay, that's changing the animation. So if that's over there, how does this get set? Current animation. That's just basically polling the model handler to say, hey, did you change the animation? What we got here? This is our update for handling ambient sounds. Boost, crown, warning, find collisions, update switch state, handle states, model handler, update. So this is where we're checking our animations. Score handler, update landing, handler. I almost feel like the code has to be here in this animation. Like, I don't even know what I want to call it. Like handle trick, whatever. Let's see what handle states is. Let's see what it's got in here for trick states. It doesn't look like it's got anything. So trick state is clearly only updated based on the input, which is unfortunate. This is a tough one. Yeah, not not peak streaming information or peak streaming stuff. More like mind-boggling. All right. I want to just follow the chain. Where is my input handler? Take a look at that. Okay. No, that doesn't do anything. Pretty sure it was in here. Sure. Okay. Okay, that's what I was looking for. It's gonna set the state to this. Set trick state. Okay, I got an idea. Hear me out. Let's go back to player controller. Set trick state. Trick state. I'm just gonna say because of this, we're going to start a trick. See how often this runs. What trick are we starting? The next trick state. Might need to put some kind of buffer in or something like that, so it doesn't just spam everything. Should have probably thought about this before I hopped on a stream, but it's work, so gotta work through it. And you all get to suffer with me. Okay. Start trick method. And then it goes back to no trick. Counter trick method. That's kind of good. It didn't like count it too many times, just once. I want to see if it will, like, what happens if I like press it over and over. Oh, come on, guys. Watch this. Let's see, jump speed, let's change it to 7. We're gonna jump. Started trick method, no trick. Was not clear to me. Let's try twice this time. Actually, I'm just gonna spam it. I think it only counted once. Start trick method. No, it counted it twice, or at least it started it twice. See, and that's the problem. If we say start trick method twice, but then we only complete once, it's gonna be a crash. Gotta do something about that. Okay, let's see. What do we got? Start a trick. Start another trick. We only completed one. Start a trick, start another trick, then landed. That definitely needs to be worked through. All right, let's see. Think about it. Think about it. Oh, all right. Well, what I can do is put something in here, something like if yeah, I actually want to see what both of these do. Yeah, here we go. I'm going to debug. I want to count how many times set trick state is updated. The next trick. Don't know why it said as. What's wrong with you? Okay. There we go. And then I want to say basically if trick is not equal to the current trick, then we'll change it. Otherwise, we're not going to change it. And again, the only goofiness there is like if you're sitting there doing the same trick over and over, which I guess is definitely possible, you just won't be getting credit for that. It's almost like you have to reset it, like, hey, if the trick state is this, and then you complete it, and then that changes it back to no trick, and then you complete it. So like there's like this sequence of things that has to happen in order for you to get the full credit of the trick. And maybe that's the way we got to go. We got to build this sequence. Yeah, that makes sense. Let me just write that out so I don't forget it. Create a sequence. I just call it checks because I don't know what else. I have limited vocabulary. Create sequence of checks. First check. Only change the trick state if a new trick. Second check once the trick is completed, then that trick state to none. Then repeat, rinse, repeat. I don't know. I mean, when I write it out like that, it simply, sounds like all I have to do is put a check up here for the event that says, hey, when it's completed, set this trick state back to none. We can definitely test that. So boom, boom, boom. Okay, where's my event? Completed trick. And what I'll do is set the trick state to none. or no trick. And then the input should reset it. So let's see. I got distracted. All right, let's test this. When I'm this low, it won't even let me change, which that's kind of good. I'm not complaining about that, but I would think it'd make me crash. I mean, I guess technically that worked. Let's see. Start trick method. Try to land while performing a trick. Completed trick. Counted trick method. Trick combo. No trick. Trick. That's kind of a mess. Can't figure that one out. I don't think I was pushing the button whenever he landed though, so that's not good. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna try to do two different ones. Let's do a mute and then a method. 1, 2, 3. See, what's weird is I think I pressed like all these buttons. And okay, we got a method. No trick. No trick. Completed. Start trick method. That trick. What is this? Set trick state. Okay. Okay. That's helpful. Set trick state. Start trick method. Set no trick. Completed. Counted trick method. Method trick combo. That's my second trick. I think it's working. The thing that's throwing me off is that set trick state no trick is happening often, and that's confusing. So let's see, we completed this one. I completed the method, but we didn't complete the other one, which, I mean, honestly, technically it should have like crashed if it didn't finish. Let me try another one. Clear this, dude. We got the method. Boom, boom, boom. We completed it. Then I tried to do a mute. And see, it never completed. I think what's happening though, oh man, this animation stuff is messing with my head. It's almost like the animation is overriding the trick. So he actually lands even though he should be performing a trick. Which is confusing because my animations don't do that. You need to work?
No, I do.
What you doing?
Just going to cost a few minutes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll go with you. I didn't do this for a few minutes. I think my head's hurting anyways.
Okay.
So.
Is me watching it?
Yeah.
How many?
No. Nope.
Wait, I'll be chat.
All right. Hey guys. What do you like in coding? I like the problem solving. That's what I like in coding. But with video games, with game dev, it's a lot more than just coding. It's coding, it's animations. I pulled my animator out so you can't see it. Let me put it back in. Hey, Electrifier. So at the same time, I'm looking at this mess that you can see here, and it's a lot more than just coding. All right, where was I? I think like I was saying, fortunately I can't view both. Let me see if I can put the game up here so you guys can see the animator. Of course, you'll have to see me staring up at the sky, but let me hit play and you'll see what I'm seeing on the animator. And what I'm trying to determine is, am I jumping from, I don't know why I was doing that. Am I jumping from a trick over to land when it should not? As you can see, all these arrows go to air. There shouldn't be any arrows to land. Where is land anyways? That's part of the problem. It's right there. You can see it, right? Here it is. Yeah, see, there's no arrows connected to the tricks over on the right. All right, let me hit play and see what happens. All right, so I'm gonna jump. I'm gonna see if I can perform tricks and finish them before I land on the ground. It happened so fast it's hard to see, but it did seem like it went back to air. I don't see it go back to land. Let me try it one more time. Trick, another trick. I don't know, I almost feel like I'm gonna have to go back and watch this to see what's happening. I feel like my eyes need to be like this. Oh, you guys can't see it, but I'm approaching a jump. Test some more tricks. 1 second. Okay, testing. Yeah, it's so hard to know. I'm gonna have to go back and test. Not test, but watch this. Yeah, I see another bug too. All right, guys, I think my time's up. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for hopping on and chatting. I gotta run. I had to do some testing with stream elements, but it looks like it's all working out. It's all good to go. So future streams should be ready. I'm gonna check my stats, of course, after this is over and make sure that my bit rate and audio and all that stuff was good. My music was playing. So hopefully all good. All right. Have a good one.